Now, we're about to learn how to save a life.
Yes, St John Ambulance have launched their mission to train 50,000 lifesavers this September. So Dr Nighat is here to share her own first aid skills with us now.
Yeah.
It always seems to me that this is the sort of thing we should all know, we should all have in our armoury, at least an understanding of how it works.
Exactly, because when you are caught in these situations, your adrenaline's running, and if you just do something, you will save a life. And the statistics are really great, because actually, if you just do basic CPR, you could potentially save someone's life by 40% by the time help arrives. And if you have a defib, even more so. So we're going to run into, really quickly, simple things that you can do in order to save someone's life today.
And this is what St John Ambulance is trying to promote this September, Save a Life September.
Yeah, and I'm going to run through 3 things that we should be doing simply. If you find somebody at a gym or a party or walking down the street, we're going to demonstrate a recovery position if someone is breathing, if someone stops breathing, how you do a CPR, and then if you've got a child at home who's stopped breathing, how you put a baby into a recovery position and do CPR on a baby. So for this, we're going to have Ben as our demonstration.
Right.
He's our casualty.
You're my Debbie McGee.
Find him on the street.
Yeah.
And Kat, you're going to do the demonstration. So the first thing I would say is do Dr. ABC. So D, danger. Is there any danger around Ben that you need to be worried about?
Yeah.
Then you want to do a response. Hello, so shout to him. Ben, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you doing anything?
I'm not, am I?
No. So what we need to do really quickly is then work out, is he going to be responsive to a voice? Is he going to be alert? Is he responsive to pain? So you might want to have a feel of his earlobes, pinch him very gently just to see if he responds.
Do you know how long I've waited for this?
And then at the same time, if he's not responding, you want to stop anyone. So say, please stay right there. I might need your help. So I will stay here.
So can I just ask, that earlobe pinch is a good way of working out just how sort of incapacitated they are?
Yeah, well, if they're responding to pain, then you can work out what is their alertness like, or if they're completely unresponsive. Then you want to do airway, breathing, circulation.
Can I ask you a question, though? Would you have phoned 999 before doing any of this,
You want to assess what their breathing situation is like. So what you want to do is get your cheek right down to their nose and mouth and looking down at the chest. Airway, breathing, circulation for 10 seconds. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, he is breathing, so you want to put him in a recovery position.
Right.
So what you want to do is take the arm that's closest to you and put it up into a 90-degree angle. That's
like this.
Perfect. And then you want to take the furthest arm from you, take his hand, and if there's any stones or rings, you want to turn those stones inwards, and take the hand and put it on the opposite cheek for me. That's it, on Ben's opposite cheek.
There.
That's it.
I'll help you.
And then the leg that's furthest from you,
I was thinking a different cheek.
Bend that for me.
This one?
Yeah, you want to bend that knee.
Yeah.
And then you want to bring the person, using the arm and the leg as a lever towards you. That's it. Perfect. So what then you do is then you just watch their breathing, tilt the head a little bit backwards, so if they cough or they vomit, then you know that actually they're going to be all right. Calling 999, always watching for any response, and you're watching the rest of the body. Is there any bleeding, any injury, any trauma that they've got? Now, say in that position, Ben then stops breathing, and now you want to do CPR.
Yeah.
So again, this is now the chain of survival. So you want to quickly, if we're going to demonstrate on these dummies here,
I'm quite
so Ben, you can get up.
Shall
You can get up. You can get up.
That hand
we will-
thing,
Ta-da!
I remember that from Scout. That's to protect the face as you come over, isn't it? The face goes over.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
OK.
I think it's really clever.
So then if, say, Ben had stopped breathing, all your casualties stopped breathing, what you want to do is do a quick assessment. You want to do, because most likely it's going to be because of a cardiac arrest, 10 seconds, and you just want to get onto the chest. So the middle, the heel of the chest, where their nipples are, in between, locking your arms and your hands.
So you put your hand through your other hand.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be, actually, we'd be side on, wouldn't we? I wouldn't be
side on
them.
to that person.
Yeah.
And you're calling 999 from your passerby, getting them to sort of get help, and you want to press at least a third or 5 to 6 centimetres on an adult chest. And you're going pretty fast, 100 to 120 beats per minute, and you're doing Cheska, so a bit harder than that, Kat.
Oh, really?
Come on, harder.
Oh, wow.
Hard and fast.
Because you can break a rib, can't you?
You can, and that's normal. They might cough, they might even defecate. Those are all normal behaviour. But you wanted to do it to the rhythm of staying alive.
No, you made that.
No, you keep doing it. That's it. That's the beat that we want. That's it.
Was the brilliant.
Isn't that great?
And you want to keep doing that until help arrives. Now, if someone's going to get a defib or an AED, you want to continue doing that. Because the reason you're doing this is because you want the blood flow. Carry on doing it.
Sorry.
Our person needs to survive.
Quite strict, isn't she?
You carry on doing that.
You'd think it was life or death.
Because you want the oxygen to be going to the brain and also perfusing the organs as well. And
so this isn't actually starting the heart, this is just keeping the blood moving.
You're keeping the blood moving. You're going to give them a 40% chance of survival by doing this. And then you stop when a paramedic arrives or help arrives or you become exhausted. The most important thing is if you do something, call 999 and start CPR if someone is not responding or breathing. That is the most important thing. Now, you can give rescue breaths. In the pandemic, we stopped doing rescue breaths, which is just putting your mouth. So if you are comfortable doing this, you can put your mouth over the person. Yeah. And you can give 2 breaths by tilting their head. Now, don't worry if you're not successful. Yeah. The most important thing is to go back on the chest, and it's those chest compressions.
And is there a correlation, 2 breaths to
30 chest compressions. But at the moment, hand-only chest compression, if you can do that, honestly, that would be the best thing. For babies, it's very, very similar as well. But honestly, we never want to get caught with a baby who's poorly or sick. No. So what happens with children is that most likely they're going to have something that's in their airway.
Choking on something.
Choking, yeah. So again, if you can have a look to see if their airway assessment breathing...
This terrifies me, the choking.
And you want to just, if they are breathing, you want to put them in the recovery position. And this is the recovery position that you put them into, call 999 and an ambulance, and you're just cradling the baby and their head if they're breathing. Say that they're not breathing and they stop doing that. Yeah. What you want to do is put the baby onto a flat surface and then covering their nose and their mouth, you want to give 5 rescue breaths. So head tilt, chin lift, 5 rescue breaths. Yep. And then what you want to do is pump. So using your 2 fingers, not your wrist as you did in an adult. And in the middle of the chest, you just press 30 times.
But similarly, it's harder than you think you're going to have to do it.
Yes, much more.
Of course. And your parents don't do that because they're so scared they're going to break the rib, but you keep doing it. And then you give 2 breaths to 30 pumps, 2 breaths to 30 pumps, an ambulance or a paramedic arrives, and you continue doing that. If the baby then starts breathing, again, you cradle them, put them into the recovery position. So if they're coughing, vomiting, then it just comes out like this. But yeah, this is the recovery position for babies.
Well, you mentioned the defib as well. I'm trying to get one. We've done this before, haven't we? And all the information is on the app as to how you follow the instructions.
Yes, you can Google for them, and then the local places. If you tell an ambulance crew, they can also locate where your defib is. There's a code to get into it. Honestly, the quickest the way help arrives, the better the survival rate. But do something, then do nothing at all. And if you do something, which is CPR, then that would give somebody an amazing sort of survival rate as well.
And the difference that you get just by doing some CPR is really telling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And actually, the statistics show us that actually 4 out of 10 adults don't feel comfortable actually doing CPR at all. And we need to make that statistic so much better. So this is why St John's Ambulance want 50,000 people trained in September, because potentially what you could do could be used anywhere, and you never know when you're caught, and your adrenaline's going, so do something than doing nothing.
It's just about keeping that oxygenated blood going, isn't it? Yeah. That makes all the difference.
Dr Nighat, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.